Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. Got a little rain here a few minutes ago. That was a nice change, getting off dry. Always nice to see a little bit of rain. So, but anyway, this is not a weather report video. Over the past couple hours, I've got almost the same question twice from two different folks. And I see this question a lot on different message boards and that kind of thing. How do I price my product, or what should I price my product at when I've got it ready to go to market? So lots of things that we need to be thinking about there. There's some stuff going on in the marketplace right now that should be driving some of those decisions that you're making when it comes time to price your products. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. This is going to be a little bit of a rambling video, I've got a feeling. But stick with me, bear with me. Give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. How are you pricing? Watch the video, then leave me a comment. How are you pricing your products? What information are you using when it comes time to take your product to the butcher, or you've got your product for sale? What information, or what's your decision making process on how you price those products? So I'm interested to see what kind of metrics y'all use, but let's talk about what we're doing here and some things that I think you need to be thinking about. So stick around with us. Kind of a slow night tonight. I think we got about 72, that's off based on the number of chickens that we've got. I think there's about, I don't know, there's probably 150, 175 altogether in here. But somebody want to get in on the action back there. Look at those eggs. Those are pristine. I mean, just clean as a whistle. There's no poo on them. I mean, we're not going to wash these things. We don't wash our eggs. We don't refrigerate them. That one's got just a little bit. Because, I mean, we don't let our chickens sleep in the nest boxes. And I think I've said this before. When you don't let your chickens sleep in the nest boxes, when you close those things up at night, this is what you get. Because chickens will poo where they sleep. So by closing those nest boxes up, not letting those chickens sleep in their nesting boxes at night, you get clean eggs. These are pretty. Better than store stuff, but not as cheap. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about pricing stuff. So, question that I've gotten twice, literally twice in the past couple hours. One was from an individual customer of ours that had bought some piglets from us, and another was a guy that we had some conversation with, gosh, a couple months ago about piglets and piglet sales. How do I price my product? Or, you know, how much should I be charging for this thing, that thing, or the other thing? And that's a great question. And I see that same question a lot in different like Facebook groups, message boards, and that kind of thing. Folks asking about how they should price, or what they should price, pack of bacon, pack of pork chops, some sausage, whatever the case may be. How should I price that, or what are you charging? And while the information that you get from other farmers on what they're charging is good information, that is completely irrelevant. Well, not completely. That is mostly irrelevant to you and your farm. Here at Sheraton Park Farms, when we're pricing our products, there's a couple of things that we take into consideration and that we think about in determining what our prices are. First and foremost, how much does it cost us to get that product in a form that is ready for retail sale? And for illustrative purposes, we're just going to talk about our retail cuts business. We're not going to talk about selling wholes and halves, even though the same principles apply. So how much do we, or how do we determine what a pack of bacon or a pack of sausage is going to cost? Well, the first thing that we've got to know, and you've got to know as a farmer, is how much did it cost you to get that product to that point that a customer can buy it? What were your feed costs? What were your labor costs? If you had to buy the animal, what was the animal cost? Equipment costs can be amortized over different groups. That may be something that you want to include in your formula, but what were equipment costs? I think I mentioned labor. What were your, what is your labor worth per hour? What do you think you should be being paid per hour for the work that you do? And then how many hours of labor did you have in that pig or in that group of pigs from beginning to end? You got to calculate that out. And then finally, and I think this is the most important thing that not a lot of folks talk about, is what do you want your profit percentage to be? So let's just say that it cost you $500 to get that animal to a ready state, different packages of product, bacon, sausage, ribs, pork chops, you know, pork loin, whatever the case may be. Cost you $500 to get there, including all your costs. Now, what do you want your profit to be? Is it 50%? Is it 100%? What do you want that profit to end up being, so that you can have money to put back into your farming operation and your enterprise? If you're not including a profit percentage on the products that you're selling, all you have is a job. You're getting paid for, you're getting all your costs covered, and then you're making a little bit per hour. And while I know a lot of us get into farming for a lot of different reasons, if you're not looking at your farm as a business and you're not calculating out what your profit percentage should be so that you have money to reinvest back into your business, you're not going to be in business very long, because all you're going to be doing is covering costs and making a little bit of money just to cover your bills, and it's impossible to grow that way. If you're going to do that, you might as well just go to town and get a job. So think about what your profit margin or your profit percentage, what you want that to be. How much are these guys worth to you, on top of just getting them to a market ready product? So those are the things that you need to be considering whenever you're pricing your product. What I charge for a pack of bacon, what somebody in the state next to you charges for a pack of bacon, what a farmer down the street charges for a pack of bacon, is irrelevant to you in terms of their costs may be completely different. They may be buying feed at a much higher rate. They may be buying feed cheaper. They may be undervaluing their labor. They may be overvaluing their labor. Whatever the case may be, those other prices that you see folks post are somewhat irrelevant to what you're trying to do on your farm. So keep that in mind. A couple things happening in the marketplace right now I think that we've got to take into consideration and be aware of. We're seeing fuel prices go up. I think we've all seen that. We're also seeing feed prices go up. Cost of grains have gone up exponentially in the past couple of weeks, and that's putting a squeeze on everybody in terms of feed prices. So here at Sheraton Park Farms, over the next couple of weeks, we've got some more pigs going. We're going to have to reevaluate our prices, and that puts a little bit of a squeeze, because right now, you know, a lot more folks are, as COVID is changing and requirements are changing and lockdown stuff is changing, we're seeing a lot more folks go out to eat. You know, because of the prices of fuel and everything else going up, folks are becoming a little bit more cost conscious on what they're buying. So just keep those things in mind whenever you're pricing your product. Don't let your prices scare your customer. Don't let your prices scare you to scare those customers away. And what I mean by that is, don't be afraid of your prices. Your prices are what they are. You put a lot of hard work, a lot of effort into raising these animals in a quality way to bring a quality product to market. This is not what you can get in the grocery store. Don't be ashamed if you're charging $14.49 a pound for bacon, or whatever your price ends up being. Don't be ashamed of that. You've got a better product than somebody that can go down to the grocery store and pick up a pack of Smithfield bacon. Tell that story. Let folks know how you're raising those animals. What we found is, you know, we've got some customers that are a little bit price conscious, but for the most part, those folks are gone within a week. The folks that we have that are sticking with us know our story. They know how we raise our animals. They appreciate the work that we do. They appreciate the product that we bring to market, and they're willing to pay for it. Those are the customers that you're looking for. If you're just getting started, you need to start marketing now, before you ever get your animals to processing. Really, before you start farming, or as early as possible, go ahead and start marketing your product. Get your name out there. Let folks know who you are. Get folks excited about your farm, excited about the way you're raising animals, and get some fans. Get a group of fans going, and because I don't want to get to market and have a cooler full of product and no customer standing there. That's kind of a sinking feeling whenever you've got all that work, time, effort, and money tied up, and you don't have anybody to buy your product. So Anyway, I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna post a link to a couple other videos over here, some other stuff we got going on. If you've not hit that subscribe button, hit subscribe, follow along with us. We appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks.